NATO ambassadors are considering a request from Turkey for Patriot missiles to be deployed on its border with conflict-torn Syria. Ankara has formally made the request after weeks of talks with NATO allies about how to reinforce security on its 900-kilometre-long southern border.
After weeks of speculation in the Turkish media, the Turkish government finally formally requested from the NATO military alliance the deployment of Patriot missile systems along its long border with Syria. And the NATO Secretary General says that proposal will be discussed very soon and that a site survey team will be sent down to the border within a week. Now, the Turks are arguing that this would be purely a defensive measure to bolster Turkey's anti-aircraft defenses. They say it would not be to establish any kind of no-fly zone over Syria, and they are arguing that this would serve as a deterrence and that it would prevent further escalation along a border that has seen no shortage of tension and violence in recent months. After all, the Turks have seen the Syrian anti-aircraft defenses shoot down one of their military jets within the last 8 months. They've seen Syrian artillery kill 5 Turkish civilians, and both militaries have engaged in cross-border artillery duels in recent weeks and months. Now, the NATO Secretary General has indicated that only 3 militaries have available Patriot missile systems within the NATO alliance. That's the U.S., the Dutch, and the Germans. And the German government discussed this possible measure in Parliament on Wednesday. It would need parliamentary approval for the deployment of German troops on Turkish soil to go through. This would not be the first time that the Turks have received Patriot missile battery systems. It happened in 1991 during the Gulf War. It happened again in 2003.
Well, Syria's opposition, the newly formed opposition, is already preparing a future for the country without President al-Assad. The head of the Syrian National Council says rebuilding the infrastructure alone will cost at least $60 billion. George Sabra made the comments during a meeting of potential donors in Dubai.
Our economic policy has been focused on creating a new economic vision for Syria that looks to avoid the mistakes of the past and to bring down all obstacles that distort and delay the development of new projects.